Happy Empowered Wednesday, beautiful friends, and welcome to the Mindful Entrepreneur, our weekly Instagram live that later on is going to be translated to YouTube. So if you haven't checked it out, start following, subscribe Isabella Kavesic on YouTube, as this is where all of the lives are being saved and there will be more conversations. So I invite some of my friends, some of our clients, some of the people I'm inspired by to having these weekly conversations, all about how do we bring more harmony, more of that much needed balance into our lives and into our business so that we can feel energized and fulfilled in everything that we do. So thank you very much for coming on. And today I have a very special guest, a friend of mine, Erika, and she'll be coming on and sharing a few of the things and tricks that she does. Also, she's going to share with us her journey as a surrogate. 3-time journey. So I'm just going to let her in. So just give it a second. She will be coming in. Okay, just give it a quick second. Thank you so much for all of you that are joining me. Tell me how it is. How is the weather here in Canada where I am? It's very, very cold. But of course, I took Bruno for a little walk this morning. There she is. Hello,
Good,
Erika.
good morning.
Good morning. It's a cold one today.
You know what? I like it because it reminds us of how Canada used to be back in the day.
I know. No, I like it too. You know what? And Bruno is crazy. So he is over my dog, his full name, Bruno Mars. He is, and you met him the other day. He loves, and I know he's a Portuguese water dog and he shouldn't love the cold, but he just stays outside in our garden and we have to beg him to come in. I think it's all the hair, but yeah, I enjoy the cold too. I'm actually hoping for more snow so we can go sledding with the kids.
That would be
That
fun.
would
Yeah.
be fun. So thank you for coming and joining me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can talk all the things. And I'm going to quickly introduce you. And then I want you to introduce yourself and share with the audience a little bit about you. And then we'll discuss all the things. So
Yeah.
Erika is a friend of mine, an amazing photographer. You probably seen some of the images from some of the events we have done or workshops. And what I love about Erika the most, it's her energy, it's her humor, her kind of crazy, wacky, amazing humor matches close to mine. And just the candidness, I guess. She always even when we were taking photos, she's like, guys, just relax, look the other way, be natural. She really captures someone's essence, and I thank you for that because you do have a gift.
Honestly, hearing other people talk about me, it gets a little uncomfortable, but I appreciate kind words.
But it's the honest truth, so just accept it.
Thank you. I accept it with all
Okay.
my heart.
Okay.
So thank you so much, Isabella. As she said, I'm a photographer in the Hamilton area, and only for the last 3 years have I really been focusing on being a photographer. I would say for the last 12 years, my main focus has been having my own children and also being a 3-time surrogate. So now my last surrogate baby was born October of this past year. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a new person. I have to do things that is not baby related. And I kind of feel like I'm just starting my life again outside of childbearing and whatnot. So, a lot of people have a lot of accomplishments of traveling and doing career oriented things. And I'm like, I'm just starting. So yeah, I'm excited for what the journey brings ahead of me. And yeah, I think I'm a sponge at this point and just willing to say yes to a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
I love that for you. And please never underestimate how much you already have done, because even if I just focus on your surrogate journey, like you literally changed 3 families' life.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
many can say that.
True. I think because like especially having my toes in both like child minded like thinking and then also business thinking, I'm
Yeah.
like sometimes it feels like it's not equal, even though like it's challenging for both, right? To
Yeah.
be a businesswoman, to be a
Yeah.
mother. So like yeah, it's changing the perception a little bit. I think
Yeah.
society, we need to be more, yeah, being a mom is hard work, right? So anyways,
Exactly.
yeah, but
And
uh,
and being aware of it, right? It's not easy, and no one said it was easy, but just being aware and just saying, you know what, I understand it's going to be hard at some point,
yeah,
but it's deciding to want a willingness to actually maybe change, maybe do different things, try different things, right? So what are you doing, because I know you're busy, what are you doing? So let's start with that personal side to bring kind of, and I know you're getting back to the body, right? After
yeah.
giving your,
So
yeah,
so in terms of like physicality and whatnot, I think after my second babe, I'm like, there's no bouncing back. There's only moving ahead,
yeah,
and how my body is, that's just going to be the way it is.
yeah.
So 3 of my own plus the 3 surrogacies, that's 6 pregnancies, and now my body's like,
Unbelievable.
hey,
Unbelievable.
remember when you were this and now you're full of beautiful marks. So when it comes to like getting back to my body and whatnot, that's not something I really focus on, but for me it's mental health.
Yes.
So I had for the last year I have been single, and I co-parent with my ex-husband, so I don't see my kids all the time, but what that means is I'm alone a lot. So what I have to focus more in the new year and whatnot is my mental health and making sure that I don't allow myself to slide into like the deep scary depression. And being winter and being cold out kind of adds a new layer of that challenge. But so instead of focusing more on my body, I'm focusing more on my mind. And what I'm doing to get out of those slumps is making sure that I'm like connecting with people, at least one person a day, and trying to get out of the
Okay.
house. I'm very fortunate that I have Crown and Press just down the street from me. So that's like I heard the saying recently, the third home, third place, or have you heard that? Where it's like
No,
so you have your home, you have your work, and then it's like that third safe spot
no, I
that
just call it happy
it's,
place.
it is my happy place. So yeah, it's just making sure that I'm not allowing myself to get into the pits of despair. Um, yeah,
Okay.
so that's what I'm focusing on.
Yeah. So it's really, you're going to focus on the mental health and
Mhm.
connecting with more people. So that looks like at least one person a
Yeah,
day, and really fulfilling your cup with going to your favorite spot, right?
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And also like surrounding myself with people that are, I would say, more mentor type folks that
Yeah.
are like business oriented and like they, surround yourself with people that are doing better than you so that you can like
Up
feel that you're
level.
getting better.
Yes.
So that's what I feel like I'm doing right now is like really being intentional with who I
Thank you.
surround myself with. So yeah, it's that's where I'm at right now in that whole aspect of mental health
Yeah.
and getting better.
And
Yeah.
I love that. It's so important, right? It's so important to, like what we talked about, gain that clarity, what we need, and then also doing it consistently
Yeah.
and doing the things that you know can really elevate like your mindset, your mental health. And are you meditating or maybe reading any books lately?
Uh, I, being honest, I'm very honest when it comes
I know
to
you
those questions. So
are.
I'm not, to be honest. Um, Here's the thing. When I think about being intentional, I will say right now, I am struggling with being intentional with not being on my phone and scrolling.
Yes.
I have I'm looking at like good 50 books that I could be reading to help with mindset, to help with productivity, to help with all that. But I recognize that right now I'm being sucked into the whole mindless scrolling. So I could be dedicating that time to meditating, to reading books, but
Right. There has to be the willingness of that.
yeah.
So, Erika, what helped me in the past, because I know when I came out of corporate about 5.5 years ago and we started our business, yeah, it was like your time is your time. You can do whatever, right? Like someone else doesn't really build the calendar for me. What, right? So I got suckered into social media as well. But what now, and now I think I kind of perfected it.
Oh, did you?
So
Please share. Please
yes,
tell us.
I will, and it's working for many of my clients. So actually, when I pick up the phone, I am very intentional. Like, what is that purpose behind picking up the phone? One, am I making a call? Two, am I getting entertained? Three, am I getting educated? Or four, am I reaching out to whether it's potential clients or building that relationship? So I set my intention and that purpose. And then, so that's number one. And number two, I set a timer. So even though, so let's say you picked it up because you're like, you know what, I have time, it's my time for Erika, I want to fill my cup, I want to be entertained and inspired. But then don't get suckered in 3 hours later. It's okay, how much time can I allocate? It's almost like watching a Netflix, right? Okay, is it kind of 45-minute thing,
Yeah.
half an hour thing, or right? So one, be intentional and put a timer. And once you build that habit, you'll know once you're doing it for a few days with a timer, like, oh, it's been too long. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you'll catch yourself. So try that and hoping that's helpful for you.
And I'm gonna put a book in front of me so
Yes.
I actually pick it up and read it.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. You're elevating it with a book. I'm making that note so I can follow up with you, because I'm gonna hold you accountable. You know that.
Yeah.
You know how we roll, right? So tell me now about when I still have a question around your journey as a surrogate. What was if you're willing to share, like, what was what was the growth that you, I guess, got from that whole journey? What did it teach you?
Yeah, that's a great question. So not specifically just the one surrogacy journey, but all three of them. Yeah. It takes it takes a very selfless person, but almost to the point where you take away your, like, how do I say this? It taught me that I didn't do a very good job saying no or setting boundaries. I'm thankful that I did these journeys. But if I would have looked at my life throughout the three different journeys, I should have been a bit more like, oh, is this actually in line with what's going on in my life? Should I have said yes now? Should I have waited? Should I have done a bit more talking with my circle of support and whatnot? Because it took, like, surrogacy is a lot of commitment. And while I'm glad I did it, but especially this last journey, when I ended up being single without a partner, I realized how hard it was to take care of myself. Also, like, I a lot of transitions happened in my life where I was like, being pregnant and caring for someone else right now is very difficult. What would it have looked like if I would have put a pin in it and maybe waited until I was a bit more stable, a bit more able to, like, put more commitment into it, in terms of, like, thinking more about being pregnant. Like, a lot of the time I forgot I was pregnant. Like, even after the baby was born this time around, like, I was doing my 2024 recap, and I was like, I did almost 200 sessions, and then someone had to remind me, he's like, and you also grew and had a baby, and I was like, oh right, I totally forgot. I was like, I didn't really focus on being pregnant. So through being pregnant, I was able to do regular therapy, and through therapy we like kind of realized like my people pleasing tendencies are, it doesn't fully benefit me pleasing someone else when if I'm not being fulfilled as well, right? So like finding that balance. So yeah, it's but just to reiterate, I'm very thankful that I did this for people that I was able to help. It just, I wish I would have been a little bit more thinking about myself
Yes.
first
Yes.
and then think of others.
Yeah.
So
And thank you for sharing and honest. Someone says, Jay Perry says, Erika
oh,
rules. Yes, of course.
Jay's
And this is
awesome.
why she's here today talking to us,
Jay's
because she
awesome.
is amazing. And, you know, Erika, thank you so much for being honest, because, you know, some people would hide it and said, you know, oh, yes, it was such a beautiful journey. And right. But I think always, universe has this way working with us that, you know, no matter what, you know, it happens for us, for our growth, for our
Yeah.
own personal expansion. So I know if anyone could do this, I know that's you. And it's because, right, of your positivity and your energy. So maybe for someone else, that would be a big struggle, but you came out of it on top. So I want to congratulate you, because that was a lot.
Yeah. Not, and once again, I like, if the parents are watching, like, I'm thankful I did it
Of
for
course.
them.
Of course. Yeah. No, we know.
My,
We get that.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to seem like this. I'm this like mean person that is
No,
like, I
but
wish I was not pregnant.
yeah.
But yeah.
We're talking kind of from reflection, right? Because it's
Yeah.
like, yeah. And you know what? I always say there isn't such thing as like the perfect time, right? For all. So everything happens in its own kind of divine time. So, but congratulations, and congratulations to the new family, because I mean, yeah, you changed their life. So you're amazing.
Stop.
It's true, just take it. You are amazing. And all these people here are coming on and saying how amazing you are. And so now from a business side, because I know this is your focus, and when we did the CEO Power Hour workshop, you were really also focused on, okay, how do I attract new clients into the business as you're trying to grow your photography business? So tell me from like business strategies and practices that you are now focusing on, what's working for you?
Great. I love great questions. You should do this more often.
Thanks.
So
I try weekly.
so last year, I was very thankful and almost not that it was a brag, but I was like, oh, clients are just like coming to me. I'm like, I don't have to really work for it, which was true. I'm very thankful of the word of mouth and whatnot. But if I look at like, was that providing growth? Yes, it was laying the foundation. But I very quickly realizing that it's not just having people come to me. I have to be out, like putting myself out there, and making the collaborations and saying, hey, I'm actually here, potentially hire me. So I'm focusing more on LinkedIn, which still I have no idea how to
Thank
actually
you.
use it.
Thank you. We had this conversation, remember?
You know what talking about being online and whatnot. What I do now on LinkedIn is they have the games, and I play the games every day now because I like to have a streak there. There's like little mind games there, but
Awesome.
so being more intentional with not just sitting there, like sitting on my desk being like, oh, when is my next client gonna come? And be like, no, I actually have to put the energy out there to actually make the connections and being like, hey, I'm here. Something else that I've realized as the more years I'm in photography is that January is kind of like a slow month. And last year, I was kind of blindsided. I didn't think that it would be as slow as it was. So this year, my mindset is different, knowing like, okay, it is going to be slower. Let's start building more connections. So that's what I'm focusing on is like, and also like, I'm really like 2025, I really want to get into collaboration and doing not just myself, but like being a part of something bigger where my services and my personality complements something else that another person's bringing to the table. So yeah, that's what I'm focusing on now.
Awesome. And thank you for sharing that. Yeah, because I find building the foundation foundation, and it starts with being out there. Like, we are our own best PR,
Mhm.
right? No one else can do this for you. I mean, you could hire a marketing company, right? But your energy, your voice, it's not going to be fully reflected. And I know that is your superpower. So this is how, like, yeah, the right people always find you. And I find, you know, and there was a mentor of mine a couple years ago saying, because I was always in that creator mode, right? Where often, like, when we think about how we operate as humans, if we can kind of mirror what's going on in nature. So, for example, when we have winter, we can step back and reflect, right? What's working for us, what's not working for us, like really focusing on that foundation. And then as springtime comes, we can get more busy planting those seeds, right? And really going hard into that creation mode. Then the summer, you're like the butterfly, where it's, you right,
Yeah.
has beautiful wings, and you're fully out there, fully, right, creating and selling and delivering and adding value. And so from growing your business. And in the fall, you're kind of harvesting all that you were, right, putting out there, and you're celebrating. And then again in the winter time. So it was a beautiful analogy,
Yeah.
because, right, sometimes we think like, oh my god, we always have to be out there, versus like, no, let's kind of match and mirror those seasons that we can really love this. Oh, Marsha, thank you. Yeah, like, how can we match those seasons and give ourselves maybe in the wintertime? And again, it, I would say it depends on seasonality of someone's business.
Yeah.
But maybe wintertime is giving yourself a little bit of grace and really focusing on that foundation, right? Like, what things that are working for you, like maybe processes that you have or you haven't, or how can you reach out more to see if there is potential new collaborations, like exactly what you're doing, but giving yourself grace, right? Not going too hard, just because I think there is beauty when we can really lean into those seasonalities and really kind of lead with intention. So
Yeah.
like what we talked about, even simple thing, like not so simple for some, maybe with the controlling of the phone and the scroll. But
Yeah.
when we can set those intentions to everything we're doing, even if having a coffee chat with someone, what is that intention? Is it to connect? Is it to maybe ask for collaboration, right? Just like giving it that extra thought. And I think that's where we can become fully intentional in our lives, and kind of having more fulfilling lives.
Yeah. Totally agree. 100%.
So tell me, I think I've seen something. Tell us about your fun tattoo that you have.
What fun. I got lots of tattoos. The one that I can show in public or no?
I mean, sure, whatever you want to
No,
show public.
but what tattoo are you speaking of?
Well, I'm talking about the big bird.
A big bird.
Yeah.
That's the one that you want me to talk about. Big Bird. Okay, so I have Big Bird tattooed on my foot. Uh, because so I'm 6'1". I'm a lot of people actually, when they haven't met me yet, but they've seen me online, they don't realize how tall I am until they see me in public. I'm like, hey, big energy online, big energy in person. What's up? But so I'm 6'1", and someone had called me Big Bird once, and I kind of like leaned into it, and I was like, okay, I'm Big Bird, and then I got a tattooed on my foot. But actually, so aside from photography, I've also done like newborn and child support. And when I'm not wearing socks, like in the summer when not my foot's showing, and kids, I'm like, look, it's Big Bird, and they love it. They go wild that I have Big Bird on my foot. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
There's no other reason aside from someone called me once and I was like, oh, I'll get that tattooed on my foot.
Amazing. And see, some people would be like, oh, what? Like, why? You know, why someone's calling me that? And you just found a humor in it. You're like, why not?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I love about you. You're just like, okay, let's be creative with it. That is awesome.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've had tattoos though. I had new tattoos, so I'm kind of itching for it. But priorities. Um, yeah. Any other questions you
The
want to ask me?
other, the other question I wanted to ask you, so we talked about what's working in your business, what's your focus now, and I also know you do amazing, just from photography perspective, those candid shots and doing events and
Yep.
like anything else that people should know about you that maybe you're creating now or, you know?
Yeah. I really so I just did a word of the year workshop with a colleague of mine, um, and like friend and mentor, and the word that I came up with was alignment. So with photography, there's so many aspects, there's so many different streams I could go, right? And I love doing a lot of different things, but I am finding that I really do love where it's not about perfection. It's about capturing the moment, capturing the emotions.
Yeah.
So I really want to lean into doing more like easygoing documentary style photography with families. But then when it also comes to like doing more business photos, I want to work with brands where we're not going to a studio and just shooting like pretend action shots. Like I actually want to go into your business and like sit and watch you work for a couple hours and capturing photos like that. And actually, if Tundra Leather is still alive, I did something similar for them before Christmas there, where I just spent 2 hours watching their employees work and taking shots of them actually making products, which they're when it comes to them posting that content, it's going to feel more authentic because they were actually doing that thing of making the product instead of being like, okay, here's me pretending to cut some leather, right? So I
Yes.
really want to get into being more authentic
Yes.
with
Beautiful.
brands, and then but also like I said earlier about like collaboration, I really want to be working with people that can have photography be an add-on to whatever passion that they're sharing with their communities. So yeah, collaboration, authenticity, alignment, those are the words that I'm going for. If that resonates with you, hit your girl up. Let's talk. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And how do people get in touch with you, Erika?
Initial contact can be through Instagram, but what I'm finding, Isabella, I don't know if you find the same thing, is if I tag anyone or whatnot, it loses whoever I was talking to. It loses them at the top, and then they now end up being like halfway down the page. So I end up missing the conversation I was having, and I feel kind of rude that, oh, I didn't continue or didn't finish that conversation. So best way to get me outside of just like a quick hey on Instagram is my website, which is matkophoto.com, or email hello@matkophoto.com.
Thank you. Thank you. Because I know you're taking also bookings for 2025.
Yes. Yeah.
So this will be a good way to connect. And also you're on LinkedIn.
I am on LinkedIn, but I just don't know as a photographer how to make that work yet.
Okay.
So
We'll talk about it. We'll
okay.
talk about it. I'll give you a few ideas.
Sounds good.
Amazing.
Right.
Amazing. And thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time and spending, you know, half an hour talking to me and the audience and really adding value and sharing your journey because you have a beautiful journey to share, right? A very unique journey and sharing your awesome energy as always.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And I know we just need to schedule the date, but we'll be doing for the She Source collective community I'm building of empowered women who really want, you know, to lead that fulfilling, more harmonious life. So
Yeah,
we'll be
awesome.
doing a photo shoot. So you and I, we just need to finalize the date. So I'm looking forward to that.
Do it soon before I'm booked up.
I know. I know. I
You'll get
got you on a
priority.
speed dial.
Speeds out, yes.
Yes, speed dial.
Thank you so much, Isabella. I really do appreciate you spending or asking me these questions. Yeah, and when it comes to surrogacy, as well, I'm an open as open of a book as I can be. So if anyone is interested in becoming a surrogate or looking to have a surrogate in their lives, by all means, they can reach out and talk to me as well.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much. And
You're
everyone,
welcome.
have yourself awesome Empowered Wednesday. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.